It's time. It's time for fucking aliens. Let's do it. UFO hearing. A former Navy pilot says sightings were routine. That's right. Former Navy pilot Ryan Graves testifies before Congress that in his experience, UAP sightings, which is a new classification for UFO, weren't rare or isolated, but routine. Graves says both military personnel and pilots for public airlines have shared similar encounters with UAPs with him and his organization. Let's take a look.
Security, Representatives Burchett and Luna. My name is Brian Fobbs Graves, and I'm a former F-18 pilot with a decade of service in the U.S. Navy, including 2 deployments in Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Inherent Resolve. I have experienced advanced UAP firsthand, and I'm here to voice the concerns of more than 30 commercial aircrew and military veterans who have confided their similar encounters with me. Today, I would like to highlight 3 critical issues that demand our action. As we convene here, UAP are in our airspace, but they are grossly underreported. These sightings are not rare or isolated, they are routine. Military aircrew and commercial pilots, trained observers whose lives depend on accurate identification, are frequently witnessing these phenomena. The stigma attached to UAP is real and powerful and challenges national security.
I'm sorry. Go to your bed, Kaya. Oh my God. Oh, she's getting unruly. She's getting rowdy. Motherfuckers got clowned on so hard by China, they're claiming aliens now. Yeah, so many commercial and military pilots, and this dude talked to 30. I mean, dude, I'm just deeply suspicious of people that have dedicated their lives to uncovering the truth about aliens. I treat them like Ghostbusters, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of that could quite literally be explained with one simple thing, which is carbon monoxide poisoning. Check if their homes have the fire alarm beeping. You know what I mean? Lead poisoning is another one, but bro, are you kidding? Wait, really? I'm not. Like, I just don't think it's as sexy and as like and as appealing, the truth, I mean, about other organisms on this universe that that exist or may not exist or may not have traveled to fucking Iowa. You know what I mean?
It silences commercial pilots who fear professional repercussions, discourages witnesses, and is only compounded by recent government claims questioning the credibility of eyewitness testimony. Parts of our government are aware of more about UAP than they let on, but excessive classification practices keep crucial information hidden. Since 2021,
you're really so arrogant as to believe that your 5 senses and our current science can measure and understand everything that exists? Wait, no, that's my argument. That's why I'm saying these guys who think they fucking found aliens are wrong. No, that's what I'm saying. That's my point. Hello? What the fuck? No, that's literally my point. That's why I'm saying, God, I've talked about this so many fucking times. Okay, listen. Number one, the universe is infinite. Do I believe that there's a possibility of other life out there? Of course I do. Okay? Of course. Do I believe that there is even a possibility that they could maybe travel to Earth? Sure. But my perspective on the matter is, okay? My perspective on the matter is that I do not believe that aliens and the way that we perceive them and the way that we understand it in popular culture is humanoid in any way, shape, or form. I think that both sides of the argument with a level of certainty revolves around hubris and human beings centering themselves in every fucking conversation. What do I mean by this? Saying with a certainty that there are no other living organisms out there is silly. You want to feel special. You want to feel like you are the only life on Earth and it'll never happen again. That is self-centered, okay? It's very narcissistic for humans to feel this way. The other side of the conversation is always, aliens are here. They've come and traveled to my backyard, to my cornfield, almost always in North America, by the way. And they are humanoid. They have like humanistic qualities. Okay? Again, most likely not true. I feel like both of these arguments are two sides of the same fucking coin, that the world revolves around human beings. Okay? That the entire universe revolves around human beings. What do I think? I think that aliens probably do exist. I think aliens might even have the capacity to come to Earth I think maybe they might have even traveled, or maybe they're here right now. But what I personally think is that it's not the way that we understand aliens. I think it's something that we cannot perceive with our senses. I think that it is not even maybe in our dimension. Okay? That's what I think. I certainly don't believe that there are humanoids, okay? Or I don't even believe that they're like a color. Do you see what I'm saying? Sounds like you're one of them, dude. Maybe. Who knows? Especially with what we understand about space travel and what the human body or a living organism could withstand. I just don't think that aliens would be any way, shape, or form similar to like a human being, okay? I just don't. He said they have biologicals. Yeah, I don't believe this guy at all, for the record. I just don't believe him.
All UAP videos are classified as secret or above. This level of secrecy not only impedes our understanding, but fuels speculation and mistrust. In 2014, I was an F-18 Foxtrot pilot in the Navy Fighter Attack Squadron 11, the Red Rippers. And I was stationed at NAS Oceana in Virginia Beach. After upgrades were made to our jet's radar systems, we began detecting unknown objects operating in our airspace.
Oh, for the record, the people saying like, oh, like in Arrival, they won't look like humans at all. No, I mean like they will not be perceivable by our senses is what I mean. Like you cannot imagine what an alien looks like because an alien doesn't look like anything at all is what I'm trying to say. It's not perceivable by our current senses in our current dimension. It could be like radio frequencies or not even like radio frequencies. I feel like that's a more, yeah, you're a dumbass. Yeah, you are dumb. Yeah, you're a dumbass. You're right. I'm a dumbass. Aliens have existed amongst us this entire time. They always just end up going to Iowa to a fucking random cornfield. Even though they have the capacity to fucking travel through space and time and get to us, they are that advanced of a civilization. All they care about is putting a fucking probe up your ass, okay? Up your hillbilly podunk ass, okay? And that's why they always go there. They don't go to like fucking, they don't go to New York or any other area where there's so much heat and so much light. They always go somewhere secret, you know? Because they just don't want to be perceived by people, even though they keep getting fucking perceived. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because you're saying you're dumb for thinking spirit, ghosts, aliens are real. What? Your analysis is right. Your conclusion is just wrong. We can literally only see a small spectrum of light, and these dumb chatters really think we'd see them. Yeah. It just does not make any sense whatsoever to me that a being that is capable of having so much technology and a being that is like an organism in the way that you understand it, okay? Like has some semblance of a flesh or whatever the fuck, is perceivable. They have so much technology that they can fucking come to America, okay, from wherever the fuck they are that we can't even track, okay, at the edge of the universe. And they're carbon-based, and then they just somehow get accidentally caught. They just accidentally get caught by some of the weirdest guys, by the way. Like, not just, it's almost always a dude who is just out of his fucking mind, okay, in every other aspect of his life. Rarely like a normal guy.
At first, we assumed they were radar errors. But soon, we began to correlate the radar tracks with multiple onboard sensors, including infrared systems, and eventually through visual ID. During a training mission in Warning Area Whiskey 72, 10 miles off the coast of Virginia Beach, two F-18 Super Hornets were split by a UAP. The object, described as a dark gray or a black cube inside of a clear sphere, came within 50 feet of the lead aircraft and was estimated to be 5 to 15 feet in diameter. The mission commander terminated the flight immediately and returned to base. Our squadron submitted a safety report, but there was no official acknowledgement of the incident and no further mechanism to report the sightings. Soon, these encounters became so frequent that aircrew would discuss the risk of UAP as part of their regular pre-flight briefs. Recognizing the need for action and answers, I founded Americans for Safe Aerospace. The organization has since become a haven for UAP witnesses who were previously unspoken due to the absence of a safe intake process. More than 30 witnesses have come forward, and almost 5,000 Americans have joined us in the fight for transparency at safeaerospace.org. The majority of witnesses are commercial pilots at major airlines. Often, they are veterans with decades of flying experience. Pilots are reporting UAP at altitudes that appear above them at 40,000 feet, potentially in low Earth orbit or in the gray zone below the Kármán line, making inexplainable maneuvers like right-hand turns and retrograde orbits or J-hooks. Sometimes these reports are reoccurring, with numerous recent sightings north of Hawaii and in the North Atlantic. Other veterans are also coming forward to us regarding UAP encounters in our airspace and oceans. The most compelling involve observations of UAP by multiple witnesses and sensor systems. I believe these accounts are only scratching the surface, and more will share their experiences once it is safe to do so. In closing, I recognize the skepticism surrounding this topic. If everyone could see the sensor and video data I witnessed, our national conversation would change. I urge us to put aside stigma and address the security and safety issue this topic represents. If UAP are foreign drones, it is an urgent national security problem. If it is something else, it is an issue for science. In either case, unidentified objects are concerned for flight safety. The American people deserve to know what is happening in our skies. It is long overdue. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Fravor, the TikTok incident that you were engaged occurred in 2004. What kind of reporting took place after that incident?
None. We had a standard debrief where the backseaters went down to our carrier intel center and briefed what had happened.
It'd be really funny if it was the Tic Tac incident he's referring to wasn't that like this inexplicable spacecraft was shaped like a Tic Tac, but he's talking about TikTok. The Tic Tac incident, you were dancing, and then an alien was perceived behind you talking about Tic Tacs, tic-tac-toe. What is this? Just wait.
Tic Tac video. It's Tic Tac like the candy, not TikTok like the Chinese communist.
Oh my God, dude. The American government is faster than I could ever fucking meme about something, okay? If you meme it, it will happen, okay? If you dream it, then you'll meme it. If you meme it, it'll happen. Oh my fucking God, dude.
App.
That's correct.
Yes.
Yeah, not the Chatcom app. Not TikTok like the Chatcom app.
Candy, not TikTok like the Chinese communist app.
That's correct.
Yes, sir. I just want to make that because my daughter.
What, lol? Why do you believe assigning human concepts to aliens is wrong, but then turn around and assign human concepts to them like looking down on inferior species? I'm saying they wouldn't even think about us at all, which is, very likely. You are projecting your own cruelty to aliens. No, I'm projecting indifference. The likelihood of indifference. It's not hatred. Let's continue on with this fucking idiotic conversation, which none of us know anything about and are just purely speculating. And then everybody is going, you're very wrong about this ant analogy.
And that was it. No one else talked to us. And I was in the top 20 in the battle group. No one came. The captain was aware. The admiral was aware. Nothing was done.
Your commanding officers provide any sort of justification?
No, because I was the commanding officer of the squadron, so no.
Was this incident the only UAP event that you encountered while you were a pilot?
Yes, it was.
Okay. This is for any one of you. Based off of each of your experiences and observations, do you believe UAPs pose a potential threat to our national security?
I'll do it. Yes, and here's why. The technology that we faced was far superior than anything that we had, and you could put that anywhere.
Here it is.
If you had one, you captured
one,
you reverse engineered it, you got it to work. You're talking something that can go into space, go someplace, drop down in a matter of seconds, do whatever it wants, and leave, and there's nothing we can do about it. Nothing.
Okay. You two?
Well, I would also like to add, from a commercial aviation and military aviation perspective, we deal with uncertainty in our operating space as a matter of our professional actions. Identifying friend from foe is very important to us. And so when we have unidentified targets and we continue to ignore those due to a stigma or a fear of what it could be, that's an opening that our adversaries can take advantage of.
What steps should be taken to better understand and respond to UAP encounters in the interest of national security?
There needs to be a location where this information is centralized for processing, and there needs to be a two-way communication loop so the operators on the front end have a feedback and can can get best practices on how to process information, what to do, and to ensure that their reporting is being listened to. Right.
Several months ago, my office received a protected disclosure from Eglin Air Force Base indicating that there was a UAP incident that required my attention. I sought a briefing regarding that episode and brought with me Congressman Burchett and Congresswoman Luna. We asked to see any of the evidence that had been taken by flight crew in this endeavor and to observe any radar signature as well as to meet with the flight crew. We were not afforded access to all of the flight crew. And initially, we were not afforded access to images and
yeah, because they were like, what kind of name is Congressman Bird shit? You made that up.
To radar.
They were like, no way is that a real congressperson. We're not letting you come in here. You're a liar.
Thereafter, we had a bit of a discussion about how authorities flow in the United States of America, and we did see the image. And we did meet with one member of the flight crew who took the image. The image was of something that I am not able to attach to any human capability, either from the United States or from any of our adversaries. And I'm somewhat informed on the matter, having served on the Armed Services Committee for 7 years, having served on the committee that oversees DARPA and advanced technologies for several years.
Dude, this guy nodding so hard, like in agreement with Matt Gaetz, doesn't trigger any of your fucking red flags? Really? Like it doesn't immediately go, maybe this guy's a bit of a kook? Nope. Like maybe I'm just too stupid. I don't know. Who knows? I'm just saying that when I see a guy respond that positively to Matt motherfucking Gaetz, I'm like, nope. No longer a viable, credible arbiter of truthful information to me. Or even one who is capable of exercising rational thought.
When we spoke with the flight crew, and when he showed us the photo that he'd taken, I asked why the video wasn't engaged, why we didn't have a FLIR system that worked. Here's what he said.
Someone in the chat said, you seem so much more certain than the intelligence expert. Yeah, dude, you're right. Because intelligence experts have always been incredibly truthful about like alien life and haven't used it as a fucking as a substitution for like more access, more surveillance, more technology, or just like lied regularly, used it as a mechanism of disinformation throughout history. You know, they are known for being truthful. So immediately I think, oh, intelligence expert. Well, this guy stands to gain nothing from spreading misinformation about this kind of thing. Certainly, surely, I don't know anything about the history of this kind of phenomena and our intelligence agencies. That's why I believed hook, line, and sinker when they said the Havana syndrome thing was real. Remember chatters arguing with me aggressively about the truthful nature of Havana syndrome? Because for chatters, all it takes is one New York Times write-up. All it takes for a lot in this community of critical thinkers is one fucking NPR New York Times write-up. And they're like, nope, it's fucking real. Shut the fuck up. This one hasn't even gotten that. I hope the aliens take you first. I mean, yeah. And have their sweet way with me.
They were out on a test mission that day over the Gulf of Mexico. And when you're on a test mission, you're supposed to have clear airspace. Not supposed to be anything that shows up. And they saw a sequence of 4 craft in a clear diamond formation for which there is a radar sequence that I alone have observed in the United States Congress. One of the pilots goes to check out that diamond formation and sees a large floating, what I can only describe as an orb. Again, like I said, not of any human capability that I'm aware of. And when he approached, he said that his radar went down. He said that his FLIR system malfunctioned and that he had to manually take this image from one of the lenses, and it was not automated in collection as you would typically see in a test mission. So
when you reported your experience,
like, I need you guys to understand something. We're talking about some of the most advanced radar capabilities and advanced targeting systems on the planet, who only like 2 or 3 months ago blew up a child's weather balloon project with a multiple 100,000, if not $1 million missile system. I'm sorry, but you're on fucking... If you think that these guys are infallible, if you think that these guys do not have a tendency to fucking panic, if you think that if you think that they don't have any alternative motives here, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that didn't happen that long ago. Also, the very same intelligence community security apparatus only recently said that the Chinese balloon was not capable of any additional surveillance measures. That came out like last week. Many people never even covered it. Excuse me if I am a little bit more skeptical of the American government, our intelligence communities, and the military in general, talking about potential aliens.
Experiences with a UAP, did any of you face any repercussions with your superiors, yes or no?
No.
No. I've actually never seen anything personally, believe it or not. So.
All right. And then do you believe there's an active disinformation campaign within our government to deny existence of UAPs, yes or no?
I don't have an answer to that.
As previously stated publicly, yes.
I think previously with like Project Blue Book, yes, but currently I don't speak for the United States government.
Okay. Thank you. I have a few questions for Mr. Graves. What percentage of UAP sightings, in your belief, go unreported by our pilots?
This is an approximation based off of my personal experience speaking with a number of pilots, but I would estimate we're somewhere near 5% reporting, perhaps.
So like 95% basically don't report seeing UAPs?
That's just my personal estimate.
In the incident off Virginia Beach, do you believe the Navy took the danger to your aircraft seriously after it was reported?
Absolutely.
A few questions for Mr. Favor. As an expert naval aviator, have you ever seen an object that looked and moved like the Tic Tac UAP?
No.
Did the Tic Tac UAP move in such a way that defied the laws of physics?
The way we understand them, yes.
Many dismiss UAP reports as classified weapons testing by our own government, but in your experience as a pilot, does our government typically test advanced weapon systems right next to multi-million-dollar jets without informing our pilots?
No, we have test ranges for that.
It took over 15 years for your encounter with the Tic Tac to be declassified. Do you feel there was a good reason to prevent lawmakers from having access to this footage?
No, I just think it was ignored when it happened, and it just sat somewhere in a file. Never got reported.
In a drawer. It happens a lot up here. Shocker. Mr. Gresh, a couple of questions for you too, sir, this morning. What percentage of UAPs do you feel are adequately investigated by the U.S. government, of the 5% that are reported?
I can only speak for my personal leadership over at NGA. I tried to look at every report that came through that I could triage. So.
Do you believe that officials at the highest levels of our national security apparatus have unlawfully withheld information from Congress and subverted our oversight authority?
There are certain elected leaders that had more information that I'm not sure what they've shared with certain Gang of Eight members or et cetera, but certainly I would not be surprised.
Okay. You've stated that the government is in possession of potentially non-human spacecraft. Based on your experience and extensive conversations with experts, do you believe our government has made contact with intelligent extraterrestrials?
Something I can't discuss in public setting.
Okay, I can't ask when you think this occurred. If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries. Yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
And was this documentary evidence, this video, photos, eyewitness? Like, how would that be determined?
The specific documentation I would have to talk to you in a skiff about.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
The rule of thumb also is if someone is a whistleblower of this magnitude, they're not getting fucking positive coverage from the likes of Matt Gaetz, okay? Oh, my hair is so ridiculous. They're not getting fucking help from Matt Gaetz. They're going to jail. You're not even hearing about it.
So, and you may or may not be able to answer my last question, and maybe we get into a skiff at the next.
Skiff is like a security clearance area. Like Donald Trump had one too. Like, it's just not public. It's classified information where only people with like the actual it's like a private room where people with actual here someone wrote it in the chat, sensitive secure compartmented information facility, sensitive compartmented information facility, secure, sensitive, one of those, whatever. It's just an area where you can discuss classified information with people that have the appropriate classification status.
Hearing that we have, but who in the government, either what agency, sub-agency, what contractors, who should be called into the next hearing about UAPs?
Usually has a Faraday cage around it too.
Either in a public setting or even in a private setting, and you probably can't name names, but what agencies or organizations, contractors, et cetera, do we need to call in to get these questions answered, whether it's about funding, what programs are happening, and what's out there?
I can give you a specific cooperative and hostile witness list of specific individuals.
Yes, a skiff is a real thing. That doesn't mean any of the other shit that they're talking about is real. What are you talking about? What the fuck? What do you mean? Back up your point. How would they have their biological material if they're unperceivable to us? Because I don't believe him. That's it. That's the whole point. This dude is not even, he doesn't even have first-hand accounts. It's like he's talked to other people. You do realize that David Grush is risking prison by alleging this under oath? Yeah, you're right. Because people never lie under oath, especially under penalty of perjury, especially in congressional hearings. That's precisely why Brett Kavanaugh never lied. That's precisely why RFK Jr. never lied about being an anti-vaxxer last fucking week. Come on, chat. What the fuck are you saying? Backpedaling, moving goalposts. This guy is so fucking stupid that he doesn't even know what he's saying. I said all of these things earlier today. People lie under oath all the fucking time at Senate hearings, especially. Congressional hearings, especially.
That were in those.
And how soon can we get that list?
I'm happy to provide that to you after the hearing.
Very much. Have you faced any retaliation or reprisals for any of your testimony or anything on these lines?
Yeah, I have to be careful what I say in detail because there is an open whistleblower reprisal investigation on my behalf, and I don't want to compromise that investigation by providing any help provide somebody information. But it was very brutal and very unfortunate, some of the tactics they used to hurt me both professionally and personally, to be quite frank. Yeah.
It's very unfortunate. As they say, when you're over the target, that's when they do the most firing at you. Do you have any personal knowledge of people who have been harmed or injured in efforts to cover up or conceal these extraterrestrial technology?
Yes, personally.
Have anyone been murdered that you would think, that you know of or have heard of, I guess?
I have to be careful asking that question. I directed people with that knowledge to the appropriate authorities.
Maybe in a, if we could get in a confidential area, skiff, we could talk about that. But unfortunately, we were denied access to the skiff, and that's very unfortunate in this scenario. Mr. Favor.
We begin with that historic UFO hearing on
News Nation is all over this shit. I genuinely don't understand his motivations. Like, why lie about this? Bro, these dudes are fucking crazy. They, like, dedicate their whole lives to this. What do you mean? Hasan, keep coping. Guys, I want aliens to be real. I think it's fucking chill. I promise you I am not your enemy here, but it's hard for me not to think rationally and critically about the situation, no matter how much I want it to be real, okay? Like, why are you so resistant to the change that these guys are telling the truth? They've been tangential to this issue for decades, dude. It's only news to you. Oh, my God. Like, not a single person thinks it's weird or suspicious that all of the conversation that we are having about UAPs, a new classification from UFO, which distances itself from something that is otherwise known as, like, conspiratorial and crazy, a legitimate classification for it, came at the heels of a Space Force. Like, that's not even remotely shocking, interesting, confusing, suspicious, like at all, not even a little bit. Like you're not going, wait a minute, why is the government now all of a sudden declassifying certain unidentifiable phenomena in the air, in the space? Also, why are these alien motherfuckers only looking at the United States? I mean, come on now. It is, in my opinion, infinitely more likely that these are some of these crafts that people are misrepresenting or perceiving in a weird way are either like regular old hallucinations or regular old hallucinations paired up with like other top secret aircraft that we're working on or testing. You know what I mean? It's a matter of who has the classification to understand what the fuck they're looking at. And in most circumstances, a lot of the videos that they find are also not exactly, a lot of the videos that they've declassified are not exactly proof in the way that you would assume it's proof. Or the UFOs are probes just here to collect data and the government is using it to get funding. Okay. The left's dismissal of this topic is frustrating. Oh my God. No, you're right, dude. You're right. It's real. Aliens are real. They're fucking real. The government is finally unable to stop this truth from coming out because of the brave F-18 pilots. You're right. Right. You're so right. You're right. I'm wrong. You're fucking right. It's a war happening in different aspects of the government. Half of it is actually trying to hide the truth. The other half is trying to tell you the truth.
Capitol Hill today, as we just said, the bipartisan push for transparency, certainly decades in the making. The nation watched gripping testimony of UAPs, accusations of a government cover-up, calls for action, and demands for greater transparency on this issue. What are these unidentified objects?
I'm not going to lie. This is so bad. At a time when motherfuckers are becoming dumber and dumber online, being like mirrors are magic and ice trolls are real, like having a congressional hearing on a situation like this and then like publicizing it heavily. Holy fuck, dude. We 100% just bricked like 4 million additional brains. Okay. Maybe people were like, the COVID stuff is like crazy. Come on now, whatever. Like people who were like, oh yeah, the vaccine's like good. I don't know what these people are talking about. Like, we just bricked an additional 5 million people who didn't believe in like ridiculous conspiracy theories who now believe it. Easy. We just short-circuited 5 million extra brains, okay? It's so Jover. It's never been more Jover.
Where did they come from? And are we alone? Take a listen. Here are some of the key highlights from that hearing.
Finally, I'd like to thank these three brave witnesses here. They took an oath. They took an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States, and dadgummit, they're doing it. And we owe them a debt of gratitude.
I have experienced advanced UAP firsthand, and I'm here to voice the concerns of more than 30 commercial aircrew and military veterans who have confided their similar encounters with me. Today, I would like to highlight 3 critical issues that demand our action. As we convene here, UAP are in our airspace, but they are grossly underreported. These sightings.
Yeah, the American government, especially the dadgummit guy, would really be in favor of a fucking real whistleblower that is like uncovering something from the military, that the military is classified as a matter of national security interests. You're right, chatters. You think that dadgummit guy wouldn't be advocating to fucking hang these dudes for treason if this was a real government project that they were like trying to hide? Are you out of your fucking mind, dude? He said dadgummit on a motherfucking congressional hearing. If there was any credence to the shit that they were talking about, then it would be a matter of national security. It would be it would be in the interest of our national security apparatus to hide this shit. Okay? And that man right there would be personally advocating to execute these motherfuckers. Not the other way around. Not going, hey, thank you so much, brave con soldiers. I love you. Yeah, it's fine, though. 35 years down the line, we'll find out that the CIA was, like, for one reason or another, trying to do yet another fucking psyop by, I don't know, revealing the likelihood of aliens existing in continental United States to fund another black site or another project that we don't even know about yet. And then everyone will go, oh, damn, that's so crazy that they did that. There's already a long and comprehensive history of the CIA and other intelligence agencies around the world, as a matter of fact, utilizing alien stories in a way to whip up the public or distract them, because this kind of stuff is like very, very interesting for obvious reasons, but ridiculous if you think that like a real whistleblower that is whistleblowing on our security agencies and legitimately putting our national security at risk is going to be celebrated this way. No fucking shot. Yeah, Edward Snowden, Chelsea Manning. But what do I know?
Things are not rare or isolated, they are routine. Military aircrew and commercial pilots, trained observers whose lives depend on accurate identification, are frequently witnessing these phenomena. The stigma attached to UAP is real and powerful and challenges national security. It silences commercial pilots who fear professional repercussions, discourages witnesses, and is only compounded by recent government claims questioning the credibility of eyewitness testimony. Parts of our government are aware of more about UAP than they let on, but excessive classification practices keep crucial information hidden. Since 2021, all UAP videos are classified as secret or above. This level of secrecy not only impedes our understanding, but fuels speculation and mistrust. In 2014, I was an F-18 Foxtrot pilot in the Navy Fighter Attack Squadron 11, the Red Rippers, and I was stationed at NAS Oceana in Virginia Beach. After upgrades were made to our jet's radar systems, we began detecting unknown objects operating in our airspace. At first, we assumed they were radar errors, but soon we began to correlate the radar tracks with multiple onboard sensors, including infrared systems, eventually through visual ID. During a training mission in Warning Area Whiskey 72, 10 miles off the coast of Virginia Beach, two F-18 Super Hornets were split by a UAP. The object, described as a dark gray or a black cube inside of a clear sphere, came within 50 feet of the lead aircraft and was estimated to be 5 to 15 feet in diameter. The mission commander terminated the flight immediately and returned to base. Our squadron submitted a safety report, but there was no official acknowledgement of the incident and no further mechanism to report the sightings. Soon, these encounters became so frequent that aircrew would discuss.
Not an NPC, but a knee-jerk reaction to deny credible accounts of UFO encounters is kind of an NPC take. No, you're right. I'm an NPC. No, you're right. I'm being an NPC. Everybody does the same fucking insult / like defense of their own personal perspective online, no matter where you go, no matter what it is. It's basically the same sequence playing itself out over and over again. I'm the handsome Chad emoji. You're the lame soy jack emoji. So obviously I'm right and you're wrong. You're an NPC. I'm a free thinker. It's literally the same shit. That's it. Every argument is like, it doesn't matter. Let's not analyze what I'm defending. Let's not analyze how you are perceiving this information. It's just that you're being an NPC because of your knee-jerk reaction. I do it too. I get it.
Discuss the risk of UAP as part of their regular pre-flight briefs. The majority of witnesses are commercial pilots at major airlines. Often, they are veterans with decades of flying experience. Pilots are reporting UAP at altitudes that appear above them at 40,000 feet, potentially in low Earth orbit or in the gray zone below the Kármán line, making inexplainable maneuvers like right-hand turns and retrograde orbits.
My favorite is when they're like, oh, they're fucking airline pilot veterans, you know what I mean? Like, famously, they have better eyesight, better vision, and never actually, like, mistake a group of journalists, for example, and maybe even doctors for enemy combatants.
Or J-hooks. If everyone could see the sensor and video data I witnessed, our national conversation would change. I urge us to put aside stigma and address the security and safety issue this topic represents. If UAP are foreign drones, it is an urgent national security problem. If it is something else, it is an issue for science.
I was informed in the course of my...
For the record, having said all this, I do want to see it. Like, whatever the fuck the government's supposedly hiding, I want to know. You will not find me making an argument to stop transparency here. I just don't believe them. I still want to fucking see it. So I guess we're absolutely on the same page on that front. You know what I mean?
My official duties of a multi-decade UAP crash retrieval and reverse engineering program, to which I was denied access to those additional read-ons when I requested it. I made the decision, based on the data I collected, to report this information to my superiors and multiple inspectors general, and in effect becoming a whistleblower. As you know, I've suffered retaliation for my decision, but I am hopeful that my actions will ultimately lead to a positive outcome of increased transparency.
The controller had told us that these objects had been observed for over 2 weeks, coming down from over 80,000 feet, rapidly descending to 20,000 feet, hanging out for hours, and then going straight back up. For those who don't realize, above 80,000 feet is space. We arrived at the location at approximately 20,000 feet, and the controller called merge plot, which means that our radar blip was now in the same resolution cell as the contact. As we looked around, we noticed that we saw some whitewater off our right side. It's important to note that the weather on this day was as close to perfect as you could ask for off the coast of San Diego. Clear skies, light winds, calm seas, no whitecaps from waves. So the whitewater stood out in a large blue ocean. All four of us, because we were in F-18Fs, so we had pilots and Wizzo in the back seat, looked down and saw a white tic-tac object with a longitudinal axis pointing north-south and moving very abruptly over the water like a ping-pong ball. There were no rotors, no rotor wash, or any sign of visible control surfaces like wings. As we started clockwise towards the object, my Wizzo and I decided to go down and take a closer look with the other aircraft staying in high cover to observe both us and the tic-tac. We proceeded around the circle about 90 degrees from the start of our descent, and the object suddenly shifted its longitudinal axis, aligned it with my aircraft, and began to climb. We continued down another 270 degrees, nose low, where the tic-tac, or we considered 270 degrees to where, and we went nose low to where the tic-tac would have been. Our altitude at this point was about 15,000 feet, and the tic-tac was about 12,000. As we pulled nose onto the object, within about a half mile of it, it rapidly accelerated in front of us and disappeared. Our wingmen, roughly 8,000 feet above us, lost contact also. We immediately turned back to see where the whitewater was at, and it was gone also. So as we started to turn back towards the east, the controller came up and said, "Sir, you're not going to believe this, but that thing is at your cat point, roughly 60 miles away in less than a minute. You can calculate the speed." We returned to Nimitz. We were taking off our gear. We were talking to one of my crews that was getting ready to launch.
Bro, he's not even reading. What the fuck? My man has memorized it, dude. He is fucking... He's living and breathing it, brother. That's crazy. Bro, he witnessed it. He was the pilot. I'm just saying, he's like... He keeps going down to his notes, and I think he's like... I think he's gonna, like, read his report. He's like, nope, don't need to do that. I wonder how many times he's repeated this. It's like me at the top of the hour, you know what I mean? Because at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. Like, I serve it to you so many times that it's like second nature. I don't have to think about it. I could just tell you that if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or free with Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, where you get 1 free Prime subscription a month. If you want to avoid the Tic Tacs, well, you're fucked. You can't avoid them. But you can't avoid the top of the hour ad break, though. You know what I'm saying? The notes in front of him just say Tic Tac over and over again, scribbled onto the page. Here's the 3-minute ad break now, dadgummit. FYI, the whistleblower David Grush said he's giving the committee a list of people who are privy to the non-human crash retrieval program. He said that to AOC. I love that. I've seen some incredible shit. My memory's crap enough. Yeah, I mean, look. My point is, and I think you guys will agree, even if it's like completely fake, which I do think it is, at least it's like kind of entertaining, because like alien guys are always so fucking insane. Maybe because they saw aliens, like legitimately, okay? Maybe because they legitimately fucking saw aliens, and now, right? Now they've lost their minds. Like they have, the contact with the aliens have altered their minds permanently. Kind of sound like an asshole. Come on, man. Can I not have fun with this? Like, why do you have to... Look, believing in what they're saying is one thing. But, like, treating it as though it is, like, the most, you know... treating it with the utmost sanctity is fucking ridiculous, man. Fuck. Like, I hate when people are just like, dude, you need to take this shit super seriously, you fucking asshole. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, calm down, man. No, I don't need to take this seriously at all. It is a profoundly unserious thing. I appreciate that you're growing slightly more open with each video, to be honest, and for covering it at all. First of all, I have always been open-minded. I already described it from the jump. I just don't think that we can perceive it in the way that these guys are claiming. Okay? That's it. I don't believe these guys I do believe that
we mentioned
aliens are like some form of other organism lives out there. Have they come to our planet? Probably not. And if they have, we have no idea what they look like, and we have never seen them.
It to them, and they went out and luckily got the video that you see, that 90-second video. What you don't see is the radar tape that was never released, and we don't know where it's at, of the active jamming that the object put on an APG-73 radar.
Panel now to discuss this historic hearing. We have Dr. Stephen Greer.
Okay, I think we should skip this because this is going to really make the alien truthers look bad. Because every single advancement that you just made will be undermined by approximately 30 seconds of News Nation coverage on the matter from their experts. Because, I think the alien stuff is fun. Top right is one of the aliens. Yeah, he's like, yeah, it certainly doesn't exist. Please look no further.
He's founder of the Center for the Study of Extraterrestrial Intelligence, also the Disclosure Project. We welcome in Professor of Science and Astrophysicist at Harvard, Avi Loeb, as well as retired U.S. Navy Chief Master at Arms and investigative filmmaker Sean Cahill. Thank you, all three of you, for being here. And I know all of you watched every moment of this today. Sean, I actually want to start with you because you were an eyewitness to part of the Tic Tac incident that was described today. What is your reaction to the hearing today?
I was quite emotional watching the hearing today. It's been a very long battle to get this information out, to get it treated with respect and with dignity. A great deal of the information that was useful to most people is classified, and it required the pilots and other eyewitnesses to come forward. So I'm very heartened by what happened today. We have truly crossed the Rubicon. This is a very historic event.
Is there a moment in particular that made you particularly emotional today?
It was.
Isn't Newsmax like super evangelical Christian? Why are they on board with this? This is News Nation, not Newsmax. This is the Chris Cuomo channel. But even News Nation would be on board with it too, because it's even Newsmax would be on board with it too, because brother, 90% of what evangelical Christians believe about the rapture is just alien shit anyway. You know what I mean? Have you listened to what they think is going to happen? I watched the whole hearing. Grush also testified that he gave all the info on non-human crash retrieval program to the inspector generals with his whistleblower complaint. All the info we and you want is there, but it's not declassified, so we in Congress can't access it. They can only view it in a SCIF, which is all being set up as we speak. I love that. I love that because I'll at least have direct and personal access to a person who will potentially see this information. Not that they would ever give that to me, obviously, but it's still cool.
I have a minute left. I apologize, we only have 5 minutes today. But for the record, if you were me, where would you look? Titles, programs, departments, regions, if you could just name anything. And I put that as an open question to the three of you.
I'd be happy to give you that in a closed environment. I can tell you specifically.
Thank you. Commander Fravor?
And I would say, and I've told people that you have to know where to look. They're not going to divulge it to you because of the classification levels. But if you know where to look and who to talk to, which is exactly what Mr. Grush can point you, then you have them.
Okay. Mr. Graves?
I was an operator, so I was depending on folks like Mr. Grush to do that homework.
Okay. Thank you very much. I yield back to the chair. Because I only have...
Zaza Smoka. When are they going to bring on the head of Spaceology department at the Correspondence College of Tampa? I feel like this should be a bigger deal. It feels like they're gearing up for a big reveal, right? I was napping. What happened? Yeah. Remember when Tom DeLonge was found by the leaked Hillary emails discussing aliens with Podesta? Yes. Only because TrueAnon talked about it when they covered the alien stuff. And I don't remember the names of the people that they were talking to, but my very public perspective on whether aliens exist or not is almost identical to the expert that they had on, which was, at least it made me feel happy that I was like, oh wow, I've the things that I have said for years is also being repeated by a dude who's studied this shit way more than I have.
It was towards the end of the one of the gentleman's speeches where I believe it was Representative Burchett, where he acknowledged all of the people who have worked behind the scenes over the years to keep this alive and to not allow it to be obfuscated to the point where it was completely disregarded. I represent a great deal of those people, and I work with them every day. And you may hear it in my voice right now. We have truly achieved something revolutionary today, and I look forward to the results.
Yeah, I really feel that from you. And Dr. Greer, what stood out most to you today?
Well, I think it's gratifying. You know, I've been briefing people like the CIA director for Bill Clinton since 1993, and been recommending hearings like this, open hearings. I will say there are a few points that need to be explored. One is
Dog, founder of the Disclosure Project, featured on Larry King's The UFO Cover-Up, frequent guest on the Joe Rogan Experience, 200K Instagram followers. This is why these guys desperately look for anyone and everyone that has like an ounce of fucking authority, which of course like doesn't change the reality that you can be a kook after working in the military. Like, I'll tell it to you like this. They love people that are like, this is a master at arms. You know what I mean? Like, this guy is a sergeant in the, you know, space brigade or whatever the fuck. They love that shit. Okay. Like, guys, Michael fucking Flynn was a general, okay? Like, it means nothing when you are a higher ranked military member. Michael Flynn was a general. QAnon's very own Michael Flynn. I'm sorry. Well, you are a streamer. Exactly. I'm a streamer. And I have more mental fortitude, even though I'm a fucking dumbass, than Michael Flynn. No, that's my point exactly. If Donald Trump came to me and said, hey, I'm going to give you $500,000, I need you to get a burlap sack with your fail son, Michael Flynn Jr., and head over down to Pennsylvania and go into the fucking Gulen compound and kidnap him with a burlap sack and put him in the fucking, put him on a private jet to Turkey, I'd say, yeah, I can't do that, dog. That's dumb. Michael Flynn was so stupid. He was like, yeah, no, we'll do it. And it wasn't Trump. It was actually Erdogan who asked for it. But come on. Michael Flynn believes in QAnon. Michael Flynn was fucking crying about Cat Turd being upset that he didn't get money from Elon Musk in the influencer marketing scheme that Elon Musk is putting together on Twitter. That man is a general, man. He was a general. Regularly critical of the Afghanistan operations. This dude is an actual researcher, though. Flynn is a product of military being crayon eaters. I'm sorry, dude. I don't trust this guy as far as I could throw him, okay? One, he looks like an alien. So I think he's a psyop by actual aliens to be like, I'm so kooky. Clearly, you can't believe me. I'm not a believable person, and I'm telling you aliens are real just to do a double whammy and make you think that aliens are fucking fake. He's an alien. I think you're just as crazy as they are, brother. I'm fucking way crazier. I'm way fucking crazier than they are. You don't even know. Crazy like a goddamn fox, brother. Dude, you know what's really wild to me, though? Like, where are all these motherfuckers when I'm talking about the JFK assassination? Where are all these motherfuckers? Where is everybody when I'm talking about 9/11? When I'm talking about Jeffrey Epstein certainly didn't commit suicide. That's crazy. Like, you guys are so quiet whenever I'm talking about this sort of stuff, and you let all the liberals chirp in the chat and tell me, like, Hasan, you're so dumb, you're such a conspiracy theorist, but chat collectively in unison goes wild bananas mode the moment that I'm like, aliens are probably real, but it's probably not the way that these guys are representing it. It's crazy. What's going on? Anytime I talk about a conspiracy that's not a conspiracy theory, but a conspiracy to do something like assassinate a head of state that the CIA may or may not have done, you're like, whoa, Hasan, calm down now.
Mr. Grush actually can speak about anything he found out about these projects because we can prove in a court of law that they've been run illegally. In other words, senior people in the White House, Pentagon, Congress, Senate intelligence committees that I've met with have been denied access. So therefore, the National Security Act is vitiated in terms of secrecy so long as those programs are being run illegally, and they are being run illegally. I can say that with some direct authority. And secondly,
what kind of direct authority does this guy have? He has 200,000 Instagram followers. Like you have 4 things to your name at the News Nation broadcast, and they were like, he's been on the Joe Rogan Experience. The fuck do you mean? You have direct authority of what?
I think it's very important for people to understand there are two types of UAPs. There are the man-made ones, no question. My uncle was lifetime Northrop Grumman, worked on the lunar lander module. I think we have to understand that a significant part of the phenomenon is actually clandestine but illegally managed human reverse engineered advanced technologies, as they're called, ATs. And some are non-human intelligence, there's no question. So I think this needs to begin to be looked at more critically in terms of what part of the phenomenon falls under which category.
I mean, it's fascinating, and what a can of worms. We could be talking about this for the rest of the show. I do want to get to Professor Loeb. What is your reaction to the hearing today?
Well, I think what's most important is the evidence, the information, the factual information that we heard. You can think of yourself as a member of a jury, learning about what the witnesses are talking about and trying to decide whether it's credible and what your verdict might be. To me, the existence of materials and potentially objects that were retrieved by the U.S. government is of greatest significance, because if it's true, this information should be shared with scientists. The government is not a scientific organization. The government should not hide the existence of neighbors in our cosmic environment. This is a subject that scientists should be engaged in, and in fact I am. The sky is not classified, the oceans are not classified. This has nothing to do with national security, because anything coming from thousands of light years away doesn't care about how we split the land on this rock. We need to know whether such a thing exists, and for us to figure it out, it should be a matter of science. So let's forget about people dealing with people, which was a lot of the discussion. What we need to worry about is, what do we have as material evidence? Let's look at it and study it scientifically. And I very much hope the government will release that information and provide it to scientists like myself. I lead the Galileo project, which is...
Wait, this guy's the Harvard scientist? He is not sounding like I thought he was going to be sounding. That's the Harvard scientist?
Aiming to bring clarity to this subject.
Sean, I want to go...
AOC took it very seriously and wanted to have a skiff, but the skiffs were all denied for some reason, and you don't find that suspicious? No, I don't find that suspicious at all. I think that it's it could literally be because it's top secret classified information that pertains to like a Northrop Grumman project or something like that, and that's the reason why they don't want to reveal any of this information. Yeah. Like even beyond... Like I love that people are going, that's what skiffs are for, Pepega. Do you know what a skiff is? Oh my God, I'm going to fucking lose my mind. The reason, oh my God. Maybe the reason why they don't want to open one up is because they want to not fucking reveal it to AOC and whoever the fuck in Congress. That's my point. I know what a skiff is. Guys, my brother works for Boeing and builds spacecrafts. Like, you think I don't know how any of this stuff works? The fuck are you talking about? God, this is the worst community to, right now to explain that to, because now they're going to be like, your brother is hiding the truth about aliens? What the fuck? Your brother's an alien and so are you. Yes, we are. We are aliens, like foreigners in that sense. So that's not wrong.
Go back to you with the time we have left. What is the most important thing that you think was left out from today's hearing, and where we should go?
No shot. Murad has been in a skiff. You could barely define it earlier before Chad helped you. Okay, 10-month subscriber, Terrible Posture is now banned for being the absolute dumbest motherfucker, considering that in the past 10 months, especially when we're talking about the Trump trial, I have time and time again described what a skiff is, and you've been in here for long enough to have heard me actually adequately describe what skiff is, and to make the assumption that while I'm eating food, that my description of what a skiff is was not adequate enough, and then I had to get the chat to fucking reveal what the letters behind skiff meant, was a proper indication that I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about, is so stupid that unfortunately you are going to have to be banned. Sorry. The only reason why you're being banned in this circumstance is because you're so fucking annoying that you have forgotten numerous instances where I have discussed this very same subject matter, not as it pertains to aliens, but as it pertains to Donald Trump's top secret classified documents that were supposed to be kept in a fucking skiff. I don't know if you remember that, But we talked about it quite a bit, actually, in the time frame that you have been following me, and certainly in the time frame that you have actually subscribed to me.
Next.
Well, I agree with Dr. Greer and Dr. Loeb on the importance of the scientific efficacy and providing evidence. As a law enforcement officer for 20 years, we need to see this as a law enforcement operation. Mr. Grush is the reporting officer. The evidence is very important, but the people's stories and the people's observations of these events are equally as important. So marrying the technical data with the observational and anecdotal data will be the most important part of this going forward, I think.
We do want to get over to News Nation's Joe Khalil now, live outside of...
Okay, I don't care about that. Have you ever read the actual interview the main guy Gorich did? He talks about the aliens being captured by Mussolini and the Vatican, taking them after the Italian government fell. It's highly unserious. That Chatter's timeline is wrong. Other Congress people were denied access to SCIF before hearing. After the hearing, these meetings are now being set up, as you saw with the AOC clip. You realize the Inspector General has found him credible and urgent with his claims. I don't care. I want this information. Okay, I want this information. I think it would be great to have this information. I would like to look through it. But I don't believe these guys are super serious people. And it's hard for me to assume that they're revealing this information now for no reason, for no ulterior motives, especially when time and time again, the American intelligence communities have regularly misused alien scares to their own advantages. Especially as we have built a space force recently to continue innovating or continue expanding on defense budgets, not on conventional weapons or nuclear warheads, but on new technology that might be limited to other aspects of the military that have smaller budgets. Okay? New radar technology, for example. Like... There's a whole bunch of money that goes into every aspect of the military, and some might feel less served and could be utilizing this as an opportunity to advocate for bigger funds being distributed to them. I think that is a significantly more reasonable conspiracy to have than the wholesale assumption that aliens have been perceivable by American eyeballs for generations, and the government is hiding that information from us. But now has decided to not execute every motherfucker who is talking about it publicly. Does that make sense? Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm implying? I feel like, knowing what I know about the United States government, if these guys were actually leaking credible information, they would fucking kill them. You would not hear about it. Okay? It is literally impossible to keep this large of a secret for this long. It's insane. Well, chatters will turn around and say, well, exactly. That's why it's being revealed now. You understand? Butt Slave. Yo, what up, Big H? I'm going to be in Cali next week. When do you want to link up? No thanks, Butt Slave. I'm good. Take a fucking day off. People are so delusional believing this shit. You're just becoming more stupid by buying into any of this. I mean, I'm not buying into any of this, but I do think it's highly entertaining. And I would certainly like to see more information come out because it's just still entertaining. I think it's awesome. I think it's entertaining. I would like to know more.
Hey everyone, I'm the editor. Thanks for watching till the end. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, then please drop a like and subscribe. Why not leave a Kaya love in the comments down below so that I know that you reached this point of the video? If you'd like more content like this one, then check the video up here on top of my head, or literally in front of my face right here.